Look at this scoundrel lying about Tawhid in order to make the Trinity seem coherent.
Muslims love to say that Tawhid, the oneness of Allah, is way more simple and that the Trinity is just way too complicated. But here's the truth. Islam's got its own issues when it comes to explaining God's oneness and distinctions. Muslim scholars have been going back and forth for centuries about whether the Quran is created or uncreated. The Mutazilites said that it was created to protect God's oneness, while the Asharis argued that it's uncreated because it's God's speech, one of his eternal attributes. The Ash'ari view won out, and most Muslims today believe that the Quran shares in Allah's divine nature. But here's the twist. If the Quran is distinct from Allah, but also uncreated, doesn't that create a whole oneness versus diversity issue?
Pause. The speech of the Quran is uncreated as it is an attribute of Allah, but the physical ink or paper used to make copies of the Quran in physical form are created. The speech is not distinct from God as Testified tries to claim, it is simply an attribute, not a separate person.
And that's not all. Allah is described as having distinct attributes like power, knowledge, life, will, mercy, justice, and anger. But Islam still insists on his absolute oneness. So, how do all these separate attributes fit into God's oneness without breaking it? They say that every attribute is distinct, but somehow they all share in the same divine essence.
Pause. Allah's attributes do not break his oneness, rather, they describe his single, indivisible, perfect essence. His attributes are not separate beings. Allah's qualities are eternal, absolute and unlimited. His attributes belong to him alone. Sorry, Testify, the Trinity is still incoherent whether you like it or not, and lying about Islam won't do you any favors.